Are you guys a couple?
Well, T, that's my girl, my friend, my family.
Do you have sex? Wow.
That's my love, my soldier, my life. She my everything, and I trust.
Because you bought her a Bentley truck.
Yes.
So the implication is that's your girlfriend.
She my life.
The bombshell news that Toni Braxton and Birdman quietly got married last year, only called off 48 hours later, has everyone completely stunned. Seriously, what went down between these two icons? At their age and level of success, you'd think they'd be over this kind of messy drama. But clearly not. And according to the streets, things might be even messier than we thought.
Are you guys a couple?
Well, T, that's my girl, my friend, my family.
Do you have sex?
That's my love, my soldier, my life. She my everything, and I trust.
Because you bought her a Bentley truck.
Yes.
So the implication is that's your girlfriend.
She my life.
Rumor has it Toni may have used that whirlwind marriage and breakup as a power move to put a little pressure on Birdman. People are whispering that her bank account has been looking a bit light, and that she allegedly pulled the whole stunt for leverage. It's getting wild out here. But before jumping to conclusions, let's rewind, because Toni and Birdman go way back. Like decades back. They were friends long before they ever became romantic. So when they finally went public in 2016, everybody was shocked. Then came those 2017 elopement rumors, which Toni shut down in a 2018 People interview. She talked about their long friendship and how it never crossed her mind that they'd end up together. Imagine thinking someone's just your homie for years, and then suddenly you're married for 2 days. Toni said Birdman had been her bestie for 15 or 16 years, showing up to her baby showers, her plays, her concerts, everything. After all that time, she never imagined they'd date, let alone think about marriage. She said he made her feel safe, like she didn't have to be Wonder Woman all the time. Every night he would ask, "You okay? You good?" And she'd think, "Wow, this man is really something." Then one day, Birdman finally confessed he had always had feelings for her. Toni was shocked. "Why didn't you ever say anything?" And his answer? "Well, you were married." Wild.
But there's no date.
There's no date. We almost had a date. Well, we had 2 dates, but we were doing Braxton Family Values and we were going through a little drama. And I was like, okay, the wedding is a good thing to get all of our sisters together. Yeah. And I couldn't get us all together. And I said, the wedding's not a good reason because it's messing up my relationship a little bit. He's like, come on, Michelle, set a date. I know.
That's what he calls you?
He calls me Michelle. Doesn't call me Toni at all. That's my middle name, Toni Michelle.
Birdman admitted he'd been holding those feelings in for years. That's when everything shifted between them. And with Toni battling lupus, an illness that affects her emotionally, mentally, and physically, she said Birdman was one of the few people who truly understood her. She could smile on TV and pretend everything was fine, but he always knew the truth. He could see right through the facade. She said she used to feel ashamed of her illness, afraid no one would want to care for a woman fighting lupus. But with Birdman, she finally felt accepted. She felt comfortable enough to chill in a hat, a little lipstick, some mascara, just relaxed, and that meant everything. Eventually, Birdman went all in and proposed. Toni even posted photos of the moment, one right before the engagement and one the day after. In one picture, they were hugging with her massive ring front and center. In another, they were smiling side by side, giving full love vibes. Birdman later gushed over her on Wendy Williams, calling Toni his soldier, his love, his life, his everything. He said it with his whole chest.
She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this.
She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it.
Toni also talked about how the engagement almost didn't survive because there was always some drama happening on Braxton Family Values. She hoped the wedding would bring her sisters together, but yeah, that didn't exactly happen. Still, she was glowing when she talked about the big day. This is my second wedding, and I'm over 40, she said. It's very Carrie Bradshaw, the last bride over 40. She wanted something elegant, sexy, and timeless. Old Hollywood meets Great Gatsby glamour. Birdman had one major request, macaroni and cheese. Toni joked about turning it into mac and cheese balls, so it would look pretty. She even let Birdman pick the wedding location. They discussed Atlanta, but he refused. He didn't want anything connected to her first wedding. But then things took a turn. The wedding never happened. Toni blamed work obligations, but fans weren't convinced. Then things got even sketchier. Toni claimed she lost her $1 million engagement ring after leaving it in checked luggage, calling it an airport theft situation. It sounded suspicious. Soon after, the couple split in 2019. Birdman posted a cryptic, "It's over," and wiped every trace of Toni from his Instagram. Meanwhile, Toni popped out looking stunning in a red gown, captioning it, "Starting a new chapter, always choose to be chosen. Cheers to a new year." But plot twist. They reunited weeks later on stage during her tour. The crowd went wild. These two just couldn't stay apart. Then December 2023 hit. Toni hopped on Instagram and shut the rumors down, writing, "My dear friend at Birdman and I are not married, never been married. We are both single." Simple, right? Well, not exactly. Because now TMZ got hold of receipts saying they actually were married and split 48 hours later. The court filings showed they used just their initials TB and BW to keep things quiet, but it wasn't hard to figure out. According to the documents, they said, "I do on August 18 by August 10th. It was done 2 days. 2 weeks later, Toni filed for divorce, calling the marriage irretrievably broken. But here's the shocking twist. Toni withdrew the divorce filing in January 2025, meaning legally they're still married, even though the vibe, completely cold. No rings, no pictures, no posts, nothing. So technically married, but energetically, very much giving it's over. The internet went into full meltdown when people thought Toni walked away from that 48-hour marriage with serious payout. One fan said, "I thought Toni and that weirdo broke up ages ago. Now come to find out they were actually married." Another commented, "Toni Braxton, a whole legend, did what?"
Like a lot of people don't understand, my second bankruptcy, I was sick.
Mhm.
I have lupus, and my show in Vegas got canceled.
And the insurance
Oh.
wouldn't
The
cover it.
insurance didn't cover it, so
Mhm.
I had to pay myself.
Right.
And
That's a lot. That was a lot of
It
money.
was a lot of money. So to show people don't understand it. So if you see a concert, you see the lights, you see the band on stage, the artist pays for all that. The hotel rooms, the salary. So then you have nothing.
Someone else joked. Toni got tired and filed for divorce. Now Birdman's going to have to give her half of his $160 million for a 2-day marriage. Out of 24 hours, men spend 22 fearing women. The internet was savage. But here's the thing. Toni's financial history has never been smooth. We all remember when she was reportedly making less than 35 cents per album, while the label made millions. In 1998, she sued LaFace/Arista for financial mistreatment, and then 8 weeks later filed for bankruptcy. She later explained she ended up with under $2,000 in royalties after paying the label back for everything: clothes, travel, studio time, videos, all of it. So when fans heard rumors she might have gotten a bag from Birdman, they weren't shocked. Some even said she was reclaiming what life owed her. But Toni's money issues didn't stop there. At one point, she was accused of secretly transferring more than $53,000 to then-husband Kerry Lewis to avoid paying creditors. Then came the infamous Oprah interview. Toni later said she felt humiliated and dismissed, like Oprah showed no empathy for what she was going through. In 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again because health issues forced her to leave her Las Vegas residency. She had been diagnosed with microvascular angina and later lupus, which made performing impossible. Then in 2019, the IRS came knocking. A $340,252.99 tax lien for unpaid 2017 taxes. Days later, California added another $116,154.64. Nearly $500,000 in back taxes, so when people connected the dots between her money troubles and that ultra-quick marriage to Birdman, The speculation just kept growing to AT this point. Whatever's going on between Toni and Birdman is pure entertainment. Like, who gets married for 2 days and still manages to break the internet? Some people think it's all for TV. Others think it's financial strategy. Some swear the love was real. What do you think? Was it love, business, or just reality TV level chaos?